Hi guys! So a while back I had posted a question answer on Instagram asking about what questions you have about the modeling industry and any questions about modeling, and you've all written me some really good answers. So I'm here today to answer your questions, and I want to answer you truthfully without sugarcoating anything. I want to give you like the truth of what the industry is like. It's definitely very good, but very complicated and very competitive, and not everybody makes it. So I want you to know that before starting anything else. Now I will go ahead with your questions. Some of your questions are for a different video. For instance, ramp walking and contracts and stuff like that I'm gonna do in a different video. But all the rest of your questions are gonna be right here. Okay, ready? So let's start with question number one. What is the difference between runway, print, and commercial modeling? Runway, of course, as it sounds, is all catwalking. Print will be photo shoots. So print is all the photo shoots, magazines, designers, whether it's for websites or for, catalogs, that is print. And commercial is TVC, what you see on the TV commercials. So it can be like for Colgate or for Hyundai or for, L'Oreal, or any commercials that you see, that would be commercial. So yeah, that answers your question. Somebody has asked how to gain personality and confidence. I think everybody has their own beautiful, personality, and not everybody is the same. So you have something I don't have, I have something that you don't have, and that's what makes us all special. So I just want to tell you to go ahead with your own personality and don't be so judgmental on yourself. Don't look at how people are on Instagram, all these celebrities, and don't be like, oh, I want to be like that, and if I'm not like that, I'm not perfect, because it's not true. The way you are is perfect, and I want you to just go ahead with your personality and, be yourself and just be confident with who you are. And when you're confident with who you are, then people are going to start noticing you as being different and as standing out. So the main tip I can give you on personality is just be you and be confident. Okay, somebody has asked, is 5.8 the minimum height for Lakme Fashion Week? Yes, it is. I'm either 5.8 or 5.7, but whenever I've gone for the audition, I've just seen them sending girls home. They're like, oh, you're under 5'8", go home. So you should know that ramp modeling is meant for extremely tall people, okay? But it doesn't mean that you can't model in other ways. Ramp is very specific. I'm 5.3. What are my possibilities in modeling? Can short people model? I hope the breeze is not too much for you to hear me. But okay, I've seen a lot over my years in the industry, and I have seen short people modeling. People with less height do a lot of TV commercials and a lot of acting. But like for photo shoots, you don't need to be so heighted, especially if it's for brands like hair, skin. They're more looking for an interesting face, good skin and stuff like that. So, or good hair. So you don't need height for too much of shoots or for TV commercial, but you do need to have an interesting look on your face. And that is one thing I would like to tell a lot of you out there, is that everybody, maybe after watching Supermodel, or I don't know what the reason, but everybody is suddenly saying, I want to be a model, I want to be a model. I just wanted to mention that this is a very cruel, tough, judgmental industry. So the industry is looking for a certain look. And if you don't have that look, in their opinion, you're not going to be a model. And that is just the way the industry is. So when I started, I understood that I kind of had the look, but I can show you some of my old pictures. I really had to work on myself before people actually started noticing me. So I dyed my hair a little bit just to get like a more interesting look. I started doing my eyebrows differently, doing my makeup differently. Once I started straightening my hair, that again was a completely different look. I had to work on my fitness. I was not fit, I was chubby, I had belly fat. So of course, if you have all these things, then you're not going to fit the look for modeling. So you really need to just Google modeling, research it. If it's something you want to get into, research. What is the look? What are people looking for? You've seen TV commercials, you've seen billboards, you know the kind of look that models have. Now be very realistic with yourself. Just take a look in the mirror or ask some friends and be like, do you think I can make it? Do I have that look? And if the answer is no, don't beat up on yourself. Don't be hard on yourself. I just wanted to tell you guys that modeling is not life. And as a matter of fact, you can't model for the rest of your life. Some people make it and some people don't. And that's not a disaster, right? Because life is so much more than the way you look outside. So I just want to tell you that if the answer is no and you get like rejected when you try to go for modeling and you get rejected, I don't want you to be hard on yourself. I don't want you to judge yourself. I don't want you to go back into a shell. Again, what I said in the beginning, it's all about confidence. If you love yourself and the way you are, you're just going to be confident, and then it's amazing. And why would you care what somebody says about you, right? It's the way that you believe in yourself. So yes, if you get a no for modeling and you get rejected, I do want to tell you, don't give up. Because in the very beginning, I was told no by many, many agencies, and those agencies are asking for me today. So if you get a no, I want you to keep working on yourself. And honestly, okay, I'll get into these topics later, but there's a lot of research to be done. No matter how you look, you can groom yourself to look much smarter, much classier, much more presentable. And it's all about grooming, really. But yeah, some people don't have the height or they don't have the body type, and that's okay. Honestly, guys, modeling is not the only option. And if you get a no, please do not give up on yourself. I'm sorry for that dog. I do not know whose dog that is. Okay, so there are so many options. Nowadays, we have Instagram influencing. Influencers are famous and they're earning really well. Or you have YouTubers who do travel blogging and vlogging and food blogging, and they're again famous and they're earning really well. You have fitness influencers and all these kind of people who just earn super, super well. So that's all jobs of being on camera. They're all fun. They all have their kind of glamour. So I don't want you to give up if you get a no. Just find what you're good at. Again, what I was saying, each person has something special, something you are good at that I'm not good at. And we just have to work with what we have. And that is really the best advice I can give you. And I hope that helps somebody out there. So back on the topic of height. Someone had asked for height. I will be very honest. In Mumbai, the industry is pretty rough. They say if you're not tall, you're not getting a lot of work. But if you have height, it does work. Again, people with too much height. I know a few girls who are like quite tall, and again, you get less work. So I think 5'8", 5'7" is a good height for India. And even 5'9" is a great height. Because why is height important in modeling? Because you have to wear garments, right? You have to wear a lot of designer outfits, and it just basically has to fit you properly. So if you see the mannequins in stores, mannequins are quite tall, right? So that's why models need to have a certain height, because the outfit needs to look right on your body so that potential clients can see, okay, this is what the outfit looks like. So that is why models need to be tall, because the outfit needs to look right. If you're short, it will have crumples in some places. It won't be falling correctly. Even if you're way too tall, it might also not fall correctly. I know some models that are like way too tall and the outfits don't fit them. So it's good to, be a certain size, and that's what clients are looking for. So again, it's not something to get offended about that, oh, I'm not this size, I'm not that size, I'm going to be sad. It's not that. It's that it's a business and it's all about marketing, about selling a product, and clients need somebody that their outfit fits perfectly so that they can show, okay, this is what it's like. So that's why height is so important. Now, yesterday, the interesting thing is that I was at a casting and I'm in Bangalore right now. I was at a casting and I saw models that were 5'6". The guys were 5'6", the girl might have been 5'4". They were really, really short, honestly, and they were modeling and they were doing some TV commercial for a big brand. So that's another interesting thing I just found out, is that whereas some cities like Mumbai and Delhi might need people with a lot of height, cities like Bangalore, Chennai, you just have to do your research. Height is not a big requirement. So that is really good news for you guys who maybe don't have so much height but want to be models. Especially in acting, height is not such a great requirement, but you do need to have talent and you do need to have skill. So again, back to what I was saying, please work on yourself. You can't just say, I want to be a model, and then you're a model and you're famous. You can't say that. Why did I decide to be a model? Because I had experience in acting for 5 years. I was a dancer for like 10 years. So I was fit. I loved being on camera, and I had camera experience for about 10 years because I was, in a lot of theater when I was a kid and stuff. So that's why I said I wanted to do modeling, because I actually was experienced and good on camera. So you can't just decide to be a model without having any experience. So if you want to be a model, all I'm saying is work on yourself, work on getting comfortable on camera, work on your body. These are all things to work on. So yes, in answer to your question about height, there are a lot of ways that you can get around the height factor, but on ramp modeling, you do need to be at least 5'7" or 5'8", and that's pretty much anywhere. Okay, great guys. So I'm going on to the next question, and I hope that answered your questions about height. Somebody is asking, what are the workout routines for models to be in shape? I do body weight exercises. You can look that up on YouTube. So basically, models need to be very lean and very, not skinny, but lean. So you don't want to have too much muscles. Like, I don't want to look like an athlete. If I have huge arm muscles and huge leg muscles, it will look really funny and it'll look bad in the outfit. Not only that, but having huge muscles as a woman, it affects your ramp walk and stuff, and you don't have a great walk. So for models, the best workouts is workouts using light weights and a lot of cardio. I can do a video on this later showing you, some model workouts. You don't want to build muscle, but you do want to lose fat and be lean. So that's basically the key. You can do yoga, you can do aerobics, you can do body weight exercises, you can do swimming, Pilates, whatever you like to do. You can do dance workouts, Zumbas. So basically, the main thing you should keep in your mind is not to have fat. That really works. Of course, now body inclusivity is there and plus size modeling, but those are certain types. If you want to get more work, be eligible for all the shoots, for all the shows, try to maintain your fitness well. So no body fat, be toned, and no big muscles and stuff. That doesn't work. Of course, for guys, having muscles works really, really well. I've never seen a guy that was really, really skinny modeling. I've never seen a guy that was, plus size doing modeling. Of course, there are plus size male models, but again, who gets the most work? It's the people who are fit, because that's where, the most requirements are. Again, it comes back to the outfits. Do the outfits fit you? The more outfits that fit you, the more work you're going to get. It's that simple, okay? So again, for guys, most of the male models I know are built quite well. And I don't mean just arm muscles, I mean work on your leg muscles as well, because that looks really funny when guys have big arm muscles and no leg muscles. So your whole body needs to be toned. Ladies as well, work on your leg muscles, your calves, your thighs, your arms, your abs. So you need to be toned everywhere, okay? I'm going to be giving you videos very, very soon on fitness, but this is just some simple tips about fitness in the fashion industry. All the male models I've seen were really well built. They all had six packs and arms, and the outfits look really good on them, right? So just know that if you're a guy and you're getting into modeling, you do need to hit the gym very, very often, and you need to look great. The better you look, the more work you're going to get from clients. It's that simple. Sadly, this industry is all about the way you look. It's whatever, it's the way it is, but we can work with that, right? So I'm going to head to the next question. So that was it. Basically, guys, I can't give you all this information and stuff. It's taking time, it's taking all that. So what do you need to do? You need to research. You need to get on Google, type, what do male models look like? Type top male models in the world, or type, the top 10 female models in the world. See what they look like, see how they maintain themselves, and that is your job. Because, when I started modeling, nobody gave me this information. I had to get on Google, research all this stuff, and that is why I am where I am today. So without you putting in the hard work, nobody's gonna do it for you. And unless you showed that you want it, you're not really gonna get it. So you have to put in that effort, put in that hard work, then you're gonna start seeing results, okay? Is weight an issue? Weight, it depends. Honestly, it really does depend. I can tell you in the easiest sentence, models who are the most fit get the most work. Just because, again, it comes back to outfits. The more outfits that fit you, the more outfits that look great on your body, the more work you're going to get. Now, of course, if it goes into, maybe jewelry, it's more of a shot like this. So then maybe a model with a super gorgeous face or interesting eyes or interesting lips, they might get a lot of jewelry shoots or makeup shoots and stuff like that. But guys, you do need to work on yourself if you want to be in the fashion industry. That's all this industry is about. But yes, back to it, is weight an issue? It depends. It can go either ways. Of course, nowadays it's really nice to see that body inclusivity has come into the picture, and Vogue magazines are coming out with plus size models. There's Victoria's Secret with plus size models. So yeah, things are changing, and the industry is changing. But the bottom line is you need to look great in the outfits you are given to wear. And just work on yourself. Again, that's the line that is my favorite from now on, is work on yourself. Be the best version of you. Okay, so yes, weight is an issue. Again, the most outfits that fit you, the more work you're going to get. But plus sized and all that is coming into the industry now. And yes, there is opportunities for everybody. So it's a very exciting time. Somebody has asked, is modeling a full-time job? That is a big, big question. So it again comes down to the easiest line I can give you is, if you have a very interesting look, a very interesting height, yes, modeling can be a full-time job. So if you, for instance, I'm really tall, I have an interesting look for this market, and I know that yes, I can make it a full-time job. So when I shifted to Mumbai, I had no contacts and I had to get a regular day job. So I was working in marketing and sales, I was working as a graphics designer and in an event company, and I did all these things. And at the side of my office work, I was researching agencies, I was working on my portfolio, I was going for auditions. So by the time that I started getting enough work every month in modeling, enough shoots to, pay my rent and my bills, then I quit my job and I shifted into modeling full time. But just to let you know, you can't just arrive in a city like Mumbai and say, okay, I'm gonna model full time. It won't work. You're gonna struggle a lot. So please guys, get a job if you're just starting in modeling, or stay with your parents and work on it. Nobody becomes famous overnight. Nobody gets a lot of opportunities overnight. It's something that you need to work on, because you need clients to get to know about you. You need to get an agency. So all these things take time. So you basically need to be working so that you're not struggling. And then as you get good work in modeling, you're getting regular work, you're signed with an agency who likes you, then yes, you can shift into modeling full time. So I have modeled full time now for 2 years. And of course, with coronavirus, things have really gone very slow, because modeling is all about working in big crowds and with a crew. And if you're in such close contact, it's easy to spread the virus. So right now modeling is less. But again, work on things. There's always ways to make it work. Somebody is asking how to grow as a model and reach more clients or a bigger audience. Again, it's going to take you a lot of time. So clients aren't going to get to know about you from day one. You have to basically be there. The one sentence I can tell you that will answer this very easily: the more visible you are, the more people will get to know about you. So manage your social media well. Any auditions that you get called for, make sure to be there. So we have this thing in modeling called test shoots, where basically you will shoot with a known photographer and he's getting pictures and you're getting pictures, so it's a win-win and there's no payment there. And we have something also called collaboration shoots, where again, a designer will say, okay, I'm doing a shoot, but I'm not going to pay the models, but they're going to get great pictures. Now, if it's a great designer or a great photographer, do it. Because, in the beginning of your career, you need to be as visible as possible. The more visible you are, more people will get to know about you. So don't think about money. If you're thinking about the money, you probably won't get anywhere. Just remember this line: you need to be as visible as possible. Now, of course, don't do stupid stuff. Don't do Don't do, revealing or nude shoots or anything like that. But just be visible, on good designers, good photographers, go to all the auditions, talk to people, be friendly. All these things are going to get you more work. And that is what you want. So in the beginning of your career, don't think about the money right then. Just think about getting visible. So do as many shoots as you can, work with as many designers as you can, collect pictures, and that is going to help you in your future career. Okay? Somebody's asking, is it necessary to be in Mumbai to gain great work or recognition? So, that's a difficult question. Like, I started modeling in Bangalore, and what I found is that the industry was very slow, and it just wasn't for me. Like, I was getting maybe one shoot every month or every 4 months, and that for me wasn't what I wanted out of the industry. I wanted to be working every day or a few days a week. So, like a few people had counseled me, oh, go to Mumbai, you'll do well in Mumbai. So I was like, okay, I went to Mumbai, but still I struggled in Mumbai for like 6 months because, you get there, there's no contacts and stuff like that. So I had to start from scratch. But basically the one sentence I can use to answer your question in the simplest way is Mumbai is the closest to Bollywood. So, that's basically where the most work is going to be happening. Mumbai is the hub of the fashion industry and ramp shows, and all that is Mumbai. The biggest designers are there, the biggest budgets are there, the biggest photo shoots are there. So yes, if you have the look and you're willing to start out and find an agency, start from scratch, you can try from Mumbai. But other cities do have an industry, but it might be a little slower. Like in Bangalore, I was working maybe once a month, once every 4 months. It depends what you want out of the industry, and it depends on your look, really, if your look fits and stuff like that. Somebody asked how to start a modeling career. I've already made a video on this, so you can find it in my channel. Just scroll down a bit. In 3 lines, a really quick way to start your career. 1, make a portfolio. 2, you have to send it to agencies. 3, get signed in an agency. Okay? So that's the very simplest explanation I can give you. I'm going to make a video very, very soon on the kind of people you should be careful of in the industry, the kind of situations you should avoid, because I've experienced a lot of stuff when I was very new, I was very innocent, and I'd like to give you some of that knowledge, but that's going to come in a later video. Somebody's asking, what is the perfect height for modeling? In India, it's around 5'6" to 5'9". Internationally, the perfect height for modeling starts at 5'9". So even my height is short. If I wanted to go to Germany and model, my height is less. So again, find the country where what you have works for you and then work in that industry, okay? So yes, again, answering your question, perfect height would be around from 5'6" to 5'9". Any shorter than that is too short for ramp. Taller than that, you may have some problems, but I'm not too experienced in that. Somebody has asked, can you be a part of modeling during studies? Yes, you can. I was studying when I first started modeling. I was quite young. For my first ever audition, I went with my mom. My mom was sitting there and she helped me, and basically that's a good thing. You shouldn't be embarrassed because, when your parents are there, whoever you're working with, they know they have to respect you. They know there can't be any funny business. So you do meet people in the industry who are not to be trusted. And if your parents are there with you when you're very young, it will just help you to be safe. So yeah, you can model during your studies, but be aware that when they call you for a photo shoot, you cannot cancel the date. So if you have an exam on the same day as the photo shoot, not the best thing. And once you make a client, you don't want to get that client upset by saying, oh, sorry, I can't come, I have exams, and neither do you want to get your parents upset by saying, sorry, I can't do my exams, I have this photo shoot. So just realize you're going to have to juggle it, but you can model at the same time of your studies. Somebody asked who inspired me to be a model. So basically, when I was a kid, I loved performing. I was singing at the age of 5. I was dancing around 6 or 7. Then I loved acting, so I asked my parents, oh, can I be in theater and stuff? And they were like, yes, go for it. So my parents were very supportive, and I really loved being on camera. So I had the opportunity to be on camera a lot as I was a kid growing up into a teenager. So that is what struck in me this spark for performing. I just love it. And, modeling happens to be performing. So it just works for me and I'm good at it. And that's why clients hire me. But I guess people who inspired me to be a model, I think I saw a model once when I was a small teenager and, nobody noticed me. I was kind of weird looking, like I was kind of corny and geeky and stuff. And this gorgeous girl walked in and I'll never forget how gorgeous she looked and how tall she was, and she said hi to me and I was just admiring her and I was like, one day I want to be like her. So yeah, like I saw models when I was a kid and I was like, wow, like there was no explanation for how I felt. So yeah, that inspired me, but I was good at performing and that is why I keep getting hired. So yes, you have to have the talent, start with the talent, and then see if you can. Since which year have I been modeling? I'll have to think back. I think 2017? No, 2016. 2016 is when I started. I started a little late because honestly my parents were not supportive, and I really, they told me you have to finish your studies first. So I finished my studies, then I started modeling, and people were like, where have you been all this time? And I was like, I know. So I wish I would have started when I was 16. I wish I would have modeled in Germany and got into Victoria's Secret and all that. But at the same time, life has a kind of plan for you, and if something's not working out, then maybe it's for the best, So yeah, I'm happy I started at least, and it's working. So nothing to complain about. Somebody's asking, how can a young person of 14 years start a career? So the youngest model I know is 13, but her face is very matured. So if I look at her, I think she's 18, and then I come to know she's 13, and I'm like, wow, okay. So you can start at any age. Come on, look at ads. You see babies in ads, you see children in ads, you see old people in ads. So it's really just, again, the way you look. And I just want to mention, the way you look on camera is completely different than the way you look in life. So if your look looks good on camera, clients will like you. It's funny because the camera, it sees everything truthfully. It doesn't hide any curves or anything. There's a saying we have in the fashion industry that says the camera adds a few inches to your body. It really does. So if you think I look so fit right now, I might get on camera and look a little chubby. So the camera really changes the way you look. So you have to look great on camera. That's a different story on itself, just in case you didn't know. That's a piece of information for you. So yes, somebody asked how a young person of 14 can start modeling. You can model at any age, but it depends on your look. And if you are really young, please go with your parents or go with an uncle or an aunt or some supervisor, because the younger you are, the more people will try to trick you and stuff, because you're just not experienced. So please go with somebody who is experienced and can be there for you if you're starting very, very young. Someone is asking, is a thin waist necessary? In India, not really. As I was saying, there's plus size modeling and body inclusivity. For ramp modeling, yes, you might need a thin waist. But the nice thing about modeling in India is that we have a lot of ethnic wear. So especially for sari and stuff, you need a little bit of hips to look nice in the outfit. So when I first started, I have like a little bit of thin arms, and of course internationally that's amazing to have thin arms, but for modeling in sari I was actually told to put on weight on my arms, and I said, I can't do that. How can I just put on weight on my arms? This is how I am naturally. So yes, in India it's nice sometimes to have a little bit of a curve on your waist or stuff like that, because it works for ethnic wear. Okay, somebody asked, how can a boy start a modeling career? It's the same as what I said earlier. Agency, portfolio, and that's it. But just be aware that for guys, the modeling industry is a little tough, just because one, there's a lot of competition. Two, you need to have a certain look. So please do your research, find what kind of look guys need for the industry. I'm sure you've seen TV commercials, you've seen the way that male models look, you've seen, all these brands like whatever. You've seen the male models in ads, in magazines and stuff. So find out if you have the look. If you do, go for it. Work on your body, work on your fitness, work on your acting skills, then, make a portfolio, find an agency and go from there.